Good morning. I'm only 10 minutes late today instead of an hour late. We're getting better. We're improving. This should be an interesting practice session. I'm not sure how productive. Well, it should be real productive. I don't know how much variety there's going to be, but we'll see. What am I doing first? Let's see. Then there's a surprise today for people who showed up. Powering on. We'll see how well this shows up on video on the live stream. This will be the first test. I dropped the remote control for the surprise. You probably can't see anything, and I know I can't. Is it up yet? Try this. Can you see that? Let me go look at the my monitor. Oh yeah, you can see it. I got an ICATS training system, and I'll make a special video about that. Pretty cool. I'm looking at the overhead camera, just kind of checking. From the overhead camera, it looks like a couple of those lines might be off a little bit. But when I'm standing here, when I'm standing over the table and checking them, yeah, that one could probably go that way a little bit. That's the head of the table, so that's up here. And I think it should go that way, and according to the camera, it looks like that way. So there's parallax, whether you're looking at the side, the end view, angled view, camera view, or the top-down view, you're getting parallax because my camera is in the exact center of the table. So there's perspective. So some of the lines might not look like they're on the diamonds, but I guarantee you when you stand at the table, you know, when I stand here and sight down the diamond, it's on there. I might go through it and see if I can tweak them just tiny little bits, but it looks like they're right on there. Anyway, that's the surprise. That's the surprise. I'm not going to talk about that today because I'm going to make a special video. So I'm not, I know somebody already asked, is it hard to set up? I'm not going to talk about it today. Oh, very cool. Yeah, see, one of the benefits of this system is you don't have to use these donuts for marking your balls when you do drills or practice drills or whatever. And right away, I can see this donut was not at the intersection of these two lines. And so that's what I want to shoot and this one's way, way off. And I want to shoot the Mighty X, of course. It's a practice day. And so I'm going to use this we'll just see. But that's not what I'm going to talk about today, or what I'm working on today. Use these two, so those end up being my cue balls through the drill. That's pretty easy to just set the balls there. So I'm not putting any donuts on the table. Now let's see if that's actually straight in when I get down on the shot. But what I'm working on today is something I worked on this weekend. And I had computer problems this weekend. God, drove me insane. You know, when the computer just does not do what you want it to do, and you just feel like throwing it out the window. Oh my gosh. So I'm not going to talk about that either. The problem is resolved. My computer is working fine. But it took all weekend and just ate into time I wanted for other things. But I did get to spend some time on this. And what I've talked about this before in some of my videos, that somebody pointed this out a few months ago, and I saw it, and I looked at it, but not seriously. And I've looked at it casually a couple of times. I looked at it more seriously this weekend. I call it elbow settle. I noticed that on my shots, if I got down on the shot, I'm going to exaggerate. I'm going to way exaggerate it so you can see what I'm talking about. But when I got down on my shots, I would get down in what I thought was the final position, and I would begin my warm-up strokes, and on each warm-up stroke, my elbow would move and settle down until it was finally in the correct position. And I exaggerated that. It was just a little bit. Sometimes you don't even notice. Well, most people don't even notice because you're not looking for it. But someone paid attention, and I'm glad they did. And I saw it. My elbow would, I call it elbow settle. And that's terrible because it means only the last warm-up of my warm-up stroke was actually in the right place. And the purpose of the warm-up stroke is to gauge speed and straightness. And so you want all of them to be in exactly the same place. So I experimented. It didn't take much experimentation. One thing I tried doing is, most of the time you're over a rail, and so I would get into, just for practice, I would get into setup position and then put my hand down on the rail and then just lift it a little bit so that I'm not settling in during the warm-ups. And that had some benefit, but not a lot. But what I think what works best for me is to simply feel. It's the same as everyone. You train yourself to be in good alignment, to get your elbow in line with the shot. Well, how do you do that? You've got to get feedback with a video camera or a friend looking straight down the line and telling you whether your elbow is in or out or where it is. And over time with training, you learn what feels like straight. And when you're doing your warm-ups, it feels like that's straight. And it feels normal. And then you don't have to think about it because it just feels normal, so that's what you do. So this is a very easy change. What it feels like to me is that when I get in my shot, I'm doing this. That's what it feels like. But when I look at it on video, it looks exactly the same as what I always do. Very strange. It means it's a very subtle change. But in my opinion, let me make sure the sound's working. Oh, good. Glad the sound's working. so it wasn't just me. Let me go to turn that off. It's extremely subtle. In fact, you might not even notice any difference. But I got to play just a little bit this weekend, and it feels powerful. I thought I was as confident as I ever could be in how straight my stroke was going, and now it's doubled. And you can get overconfident and cocky, but I'm trying not to do that. So let's see if that translates to the Mighty X, because that's practice, and I haven't done this in a few days, which is I should be doing it. Hey, just eyeballing this grid, it looks straight. Oh, that one does not look straight. Well, I don't have the ball centered this way. Let's do that. Should be right there. And like I said, I might have to tweak these lines. Yeah, it's pretty straight. I'm gonna have to tweak these lines a little bit more. Everything you see on the table, you have full control. You can move it around. Anyway, so here's how I used to shoot. I would shoot the shot. I would get down in my alignment, and then I would begin my warm-ups. And as I did my warm-ups, my elbow would kind of settle into position, and then you shoot at it. I totally moved on my shot there because I'm demonstrating something. So let's see now I'll do it the new way and see if it looks any different. So the new way is now your stance begins with your right foot, and when I get into my stance, I start more like this, but then when I get into my stance, when I take my step, the grip hand comes over here to the hip, so it's right at the foot, over the foot, which is over the shot line. And the point is that the cue then follows that down onto the shot line. But so what I've added is I'm making sure that rather than my hand being up here, I put it down. And then I make sure that my wrist is straight, relaxed. So it's already down. And I can't talk and shoot at the same time. So I'm not going to, won't say any more about it. But the point is, I call it elbow settle, and I've never seen anyone else have this issue. Maybe they do. I've just never noticed. And I actually looked at some videos of the pros that I try to emulate, and I don't see any settle. So they've got this. So I think this is going to be one of the easiest things I've ever tried to incorporate. Let's try and hit some smooth shots, see if I can get some good stick shots and make them all. Oh. So the disadvantage is that when you're using the donuts, you get the ball close and it settles into position. But with this, you're eyeballing it every time. So if it's off a little, you have to move it. But you're not marking up your table. The whole point of this discussion about elbow settle, pool is a game of precision. And in order to achieve that, we want things simple and repeatable. The less moving parts, the simpler every movement is, then the less there is to go wrong, and the easier it is to reproduce it every time exactly the same way. That one didn't look like it was straight. That's why the cue ball moved as I shot it. I'm gonna have to tweak these lines to get them. They're very, very, very close, but I can see where they're off just a little bit. You watch the #1 player in the world, Joshua Filler, and there's one thing that you could say about his entire shot routine. It's efficient. It looks like he shoots fast because he's over the shot and he goes boom and he's down on the shot really fast. It's efficient. He has everything about the movement rehearsed so that it's simple and easy to repeat exactly the same way every time. I was thinking about all other things, and I wasn't thinking about the shot right there. And that was my rhythm, so I went ahead and shot, which is wrong. The mind wasn't there. It feels weird. It probably looks exactly the same to you watching. But I am getting used to it. It's a different hand position, which that feels weird because your wrist just needs to be loose and it needs to hang natural. You don't want any extra effort. And I'm just trying to make sure my arm is in position, so it's no settle as I do my warm-ups. There's a little bit of a cut to the side. This one's not in the right. I didn't get the object ball straight. But still, that's not an excuse. I didn't execute well. And that's why we practice. Yeah. My brain is telling me that I've got to cut it slightly to the right, that it's not straight. So I got to check these lines. That one just barely went in. And then, of course, I'm paying attention to this, and I'm not sure about my elbow drop. Your accuracy goes down when you drop your elbow. Let me make sure I'm keeping that up. And then what goes hand in hand with that, a lot of people who try shooting with, who haven't done it and try shooting with no elbow drop, is they feel like they underhit the ball. And they do. You've got to move your bridge a little bit closer than what you're used to. But the accuracy goes way up. And the simplicity. That's what you want. Yeah, this is great too because you can see I went a little bit to the right. Okay, well, these are the first shots I've shot this morning that I'm talking. We're going to do this again. All right, let's see if I can do some quality executions now. Let's see if I can do some consistent quality execution. Yikes. See, that's not straight. Oh, I don't have the cue ball or the object ball on the line. Still. Huh. Whoop. It's got a times out after inactivity. You just got to tap the keyboard. It's very close. I'll play with it later. And I'm going to I'll make a video about it anyway, so I'll demonstrate it. Little left English on that one. Make sure you get your Q-tip position. Yeah, I'll keep. Yeah, that one I'm going to have to play with. Boy, is that nice. The cue ball that just. I just thought of a drill I'm going to do next. Unless someone has a different suggestion, I'll come look at the chat in a second. Oh, stay down on the shot, buddy. Stay down on the shot. This is the thing about good fundamentals. There's no magic. It's not like good fundamentals make you make more balls. Good fundamentals makes it easier to have a chance to make more balls. It makes it easier. I talked about simplicity. You want to make everything simple, 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 so it's easy to reproduce. That's what fundamentals do. They don't magically make you pocket more balls. They make it easier to put in the work necessary to make the ball, if that makes any sense. Hello, this is new setup is fire. Hey, check the cables to your camera. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. What happened was that actually had to do with my laser cutter. Because I've got the laser cutter below the window in the laundry room because it has a hose for a vent, which means it's 20 feet away. So I've got a 20-foot long USB cable and the recommended length is 15 feet. So I needed a cable with the, they make real good quality USB cables with a little AC power, a USB 5-volt boost to strengthen the signal. So I had to rob the cable from my camera to put on my laser to get it to work. And it's a pain in the butt because I've got a chase across the ceiling and I had to fish it through the walls and all that. So I stole the cable from my camera to use on the laser. So now I have a cheaper cable on my camera, and that's why I'm getting the glitches. So probably today, well, I don't know. Nobody carries them. I've got to order the cable and I forgot. So I'll get another cable, the same cable, to put on my overhead camera or my angled camera so that it doesn't glitch. I will check it though. Let me check and make sure I did put it in, plug it into the computer tightly. Yeah, it's seated perfectly tight. Check it at the camera as well. Yeah, it's in there. Yeah, I hope I didn't move it too much. Yeah, it's in there tight. So that's what it is. It's the cable that I stole the good cable to use for something else. Since you have the center field marking, you can play the Eckert drill. Put 4 balls on the table in front of the corners, 1 diamond away. Start with the cue ball in the middle of the table. The goal is to control the cue ball close to the center table. I'm not sure if I totally understand. I think you want me to put 4 object balls. Let me try it. I'll try it and then I'll do mine. I like Ralph Eckert. All those German guys got things figured out. Okay, so you start with the cue ball here. So you're saying what now? The goal is to shoot each ball and bring the cue ball back here. Is that it? So I'm just doing a follow shot or a 2-rail position to get the cue ball in the center of the table? Is that what the goal is? Let me know if I got it right. So I put the cue ball, or no, I shoot from wherever the cue ball stops. But no matter what, I got to get it back to the center of the table. So I'm a diamond short of getting back to here. Do I put the cue ball back here or do I shoot from where it is? Let me know. For now, I'll just shoot from where it is. So I want the cue ball back here, right here, center table. So we're going to go 2 rails this time, just because. Got it much closer that time. Yeah, too soft. Too soft. One diamond away again. But I had a pretty good line on that. Let me go one rail this time. So right here is where I want to be. Well, I got within a half a diamond. Let me spot these balls and I'll come look at the chat. Do I play the cue ball from where it lies or do I move it to center table every time? And I'd like to do this, I can see doing this with the object balls here as well. Some combination. I'll leave it there for now. Play it from where it is. Okay. But this is all it is to it? All right. This is pretty, I like it. I like it. And I haven't gotten it within a quarter diamond yet. So I can't say I'm good to go, but hopefully there's a next level drill. Nope, a little offline. Good speed there, but I'm still half diamond away from the center. What am I trying to say? I'm wondering what a more advanced version of this drill would be. Oh, that's way off. Way off. That's no good. Let's see, I think I was on the line, but I was a couple. All right, let's get this one. Come on. I still have the direction way off. I know I've got to hit right here. And then both times I hit here, I got to hit here. And when you cut it thin, it's better, much better. Pretty close. I'm within the quarter diamond lines. Oh, which ball is next? Well, I'm going to do this ball next. I'll change the order up. Still too soft by a diamond. Well, by 3/4 of a diamond. Let's try the same shot. Yeah. Obviously, I need to work on this drill. I like it. I like it. This is very much like a speed control drill. I'll work on that. The thing I thought about doing was this. I haven't done this in a long time. You start with the cue ball on the spot and an object ball real close to the pocket. The idea is to shoot 15 stop shots. So if you shoot a stop shot, your cue ball is going to be right here, and then right here, and right here, etc. So your goal is to keep the cue ball on line, straight, and to shoot when you're done with all 15 balls, you want your cue ball to still be on this side of the table, on this side of the side pockets. So if you're perfect, it just goes 1, 2, 3, 15. All stop shots. I've done it once. I've got a video of it somewhere. But especially here, your first shots, that cue ball can go offline if you're not hitting it in the exact center. And it's the longest shot. You got to hit it the hardest to get it to stop. So, starting over, because I didn't stop it. It's weird. It gets easier to stop the cue ball straight when the object ball is farther from the pocket, because the target's smaller and you have to. Nope. Woo. This guy's no good. He can't even shoot a stop shot. Why don't I stroke it like that on the first shot? I should be in line here. This is the line of the shot, so I'm way off, but I'm just going to go from here. Wow. My mind's on other things about talking and stuff like that, but that's a skill too. I'd like to learn how to talk and play well. What was I going to say? I was remembering, and it's important. I've said this before. When you're shooting a drill like this, for example, it's not about making the shot. It's about how you execute your fundamentals to make the shot. It's about your fundamentals. So this is the time when you analyze, am I doing it right? Am I doing this, that, the other thing? Is this the line? You don't do that during play. You do it now on the practice table, so that you can do it unconsciously during play. But if all you're looking at is whether or not you made the ball, you're not learning anything. You have to be feeling what you're doing, paying attention. So if the cue ball goes to the side, you know why it went to the side and you can correct it. So that was a little bit better. But I know what I did to shoot differently. And it's what I want to bring to every shot when I'm playing pool. So that's why we drill. Oh, much better. Nope. No. I had to hit it right into the facing in order to get the cue ball to stop, and I didn't. I cut it instead of hitting it into the facing. Same here. Nope. Sliding to the side. Start over. This is a tough drill. I find it tougher to, the first 3 shots are the hardest, I find. Once the object ball gets up here, for some reason, I find it easier. Nope. I'm hitting it off center to the left. And I'm paying attention to my new thing that I'm talking about with no elbow settle, and I'm sure I'm not entirely successful on that yet. Oh. So that's, we're just going to continue and see if we can keep her going. Nope. Goes to the left. So think about this now. When I'm shooting the Mighty X like this, my cue ball very often just sticks right there, or just a little bit of movement to one side or the other. But for some reason, when the ball's in the pocket, in the jaws, and you have so much more latitude to pocket the ball, why does it get harder to hit the center of it? Still went off to the side. I'm trying to imagine that I'm shooting this ball in a pocket that's 9 feet away. And I got to shoot straight to make it. Oh, there we go. Ah! Gosh, darn it all. I'm going to cheat because I just want to see. I want to see how far I can get. I got a bunch of stuff to do this morning, but so this is good. This is going to give me an indication to what to work on this afternoon when I practice. Still, just a little slide to the side. Darn it all. Any of you haven't tried this, give it a try. You'll see what I mean. Or maybe you'll make me look silly. Oh! So I hit that on line better, but it had just a tiny bit of rotation. It went forward. So I'm cheating on all these shots by putting the object ball back. But I'm trying to pay attention to my arm position and my elbow and whether it's staying there and not settling. I'll review the video. That's why I don't want to shoot this for too long without checking. Okay, I'm doing the same thing on every shot. So I'm abandoning this video, or this drill. I'm not going to make all 15 balls. There's something else going on. And I could feel it. I could feel I'm not feeling that the arm's going straight. Yeah, the Q-tip's a little bit to the right. Okay. No, That was the sloppiest entry ever. That's the first fairly good shot I've hit doing this. So I'd like to keep it on line right from the spot, but I'm gonna just put the cue balls in line with straight in shot. We're trying to hit it pure and stick that cue ball. Oh, that was a nicer stroke, but I didn't hit it on line. You see how the cue ball backs up as you go? So I'm doing just awful at this drill, and I haven't done it in a long time, so we're going to do it some more. You're going to see me do it again Wednesday. And I'm going to practice it in between as well. There we go. Duh. Still wasn't a perfect stop shot, but much better. Oh, now I'm not. This is what I was saying. When the object ball gets farther from the pocket, for some reason, it's easier to shoot straight at it. Because you know you have to make it, I guess. Yeah, see, now I'm sticking them. But you can see, this is what you want to do on every shot. And the cue ball backs up by one, or the object ball backs up by one ball diameter as you go. Oh, I sent it forward. That's no good. That's cheating. So anyway, I cheated a lot on a lot of those. If I had made it without the cue ball sliding, the cue ball, and done it well, the cue ball would stop. The last shot, the ball would stop about here. That's 15 ball diameters, but you get the idea. And then the other drill, I don't know what time it is. I didn't set my timer. Oh, and there's lots of chat. I'll go look at the chat before I sign off, but this is just an hour practice session each morning. What time is it? 9 o'clock, and I was 10 minutes late. So the other drill that I like, this has reminded me of. I'll do it from the other side of the table just to be different. This is a really good one for your draw stroke, for building confidence in your draw stroke. It's kind of the same thing, but I want to be next to the rail, close to the rail. You start with the object ball here, and the cue ball, you always start with the cue ball on the line, dead straight in. So your goal here is to pocket the object ball, and you want to pocket it cleanly into the center of the pocket. You don't want to be hitting the rail going in. And you're trying to draw the cue ball back and get it as close to the bottom rail as you can. Dead straight in. Okay? So I'll do one. Terrible shot. This is why we practice. Okay? I'm starting over. Because I want to shoot all 15 balls. And you can set you want to pocket it cleanly. You can set your own difficulty level. Maybe your goal is to simply draw the cue ball back within one diamond. And then as you get better, within a half diamond. And then within a quarter diamond is a ball diameter within the rail, which is what I'm trying to do. But if you don't pocket the ball cleanly, the cue ball does not come back straight. It comes back at an angle. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I really like these grid lines because I can place the object ball on that hash mark and get it the same every time. Wow, those were two very, okay, here we go. Marginally better, but still terrible. The system thought it could shark me by turning the grids off. Okay, how embarrassing. Come on, man. I draw the ball more than I should, and I feel like I'm better at it, and I'm a little bit better. So let's assume that I hit that real well. So you're just going to go one ball diameter, or you could go a little bit farther. Cue ball in the same spot. So each shot gets incrementally just a little bit farther away as you go. A little better. I still hit the point. I hit the point going in, but it was closer. Closer to straight. Remember, it's not about whether or not you make the ball and where the cue ball goes. It's about how you execute your fundamentals in order for that to happen. Okay, pretty good. I'm brushing the inside rail as I go in, as the ball goes in, and I'd like to be a little more accurate than that because when you have to hit it hard, it can lead to misses, especially on tighter tables. You always want to be making that ball clean. Okay, that was a terrible delivery. Kind of jabby. I don't know if you were able to tell that. So I'm doing that one over. That cue ball comes back smoothly. You don't need to feel like you got to overpower it or anything. It's all about your timing on that stroke. Oh, yeah. See, I did the same thing and it got worse. That had that sound that I don't like too. Okay. I'm not happy with that stroke. That's a good one. So if I'm placing my cue ball here, I want to be dead straight. I don't want to be cutting it at all. No. All right. Well, one thing I'm going to do here is go to a closed bridge. That's just me. Wow. The tip looks like it went straight. I don't necessarily feel straight in the back end though. I'll have to watch the video and see what I'm doing. But this is one of the hardest shots for testing your straightness of your stroke, is drawing a ball that's an object ball that's kind of close to the rail. It gets closer to the rail as you get to the 15th ball. It gets down there. You got to hit a pier to draw that cue ball straight back. So now I kind of over corrected because I didn't want to miss it on the rail side, which you don't want to do. Yeah, did it again. Huh. All right. That's what we want to see. Center pocket. Okay, that would not have gone in on a tighter pocketed table. I hit it right into the rail. Speed of the draw was pretty good. It gets harder as you get, obviously as the object cue ball gets farther away. Oh, there we go. Don't have the speed right, but I'm a little bit happier with how I hit it. I'm going to do that length again. Nope. That's why I wanted to hit that same length again, because that's how I hit it the first time, and it went in because I just barely hit the point. Now I hit the point a little bit more, and it rattles. I had only hit a couple of these pretty pure in the center, but I'm paying attention to everything I'm doing too. Wow, why is it so far off? Oh boy. I'm paying attention to my tip, whether it's going left on the follow through, which is what normal, when you miss, you're going to see your tip finishing to the left. And I don't think it is. So it's something else. Everything about my lineup and warm-ups tells me that everything's good. But it's not. A little better. I just realized something else. I got to keep this in mind. I should be shooting this from over here so you guys can see what I'm doing. I keep forgetting from that end of the table, you can only see the tip of my cue. So I'll do this again Wednesday. I'm going to do this drill again Wednesday, and I'm going to practice everything that I. Oh, some body movement there. One last shot. I got to go. Because honestly, when I'm dialed in, I'm shooting. It takes me 18 shots to do all these, to get all 15 balls farther away. Yeah. Wow. So I'm going to have to look at the video and see what I'm doing. I bet there's people in the chat that are saying exactly what I'm doing wrong. Jeez. Okay, well, that's horrible. So we're going to work on that, and we're going to revisit it Wednesday morning on the live, but I'm going to work on it a lot between. That's right. That's embarrassing. I can't hit that better. What are you guys talking about here? Advanced version 200 in a row. Wow, that'd be nice. I've made 100 in a row on a certain shot. I'll talk about that later. Yeah, there are ammo ones talking about drills have to be tough, but you need them to be fun. You can't, like right now, I'm pretty frustrated on that shot I was just trying to do from 5 diamonds away. You got to stop. You got to bring it back into 3 diamonds away, and go from there and get the execution good and pure and straight there, and then increase the. There's a balance point. You don't want the drill to be too easy or too hard. That's why there's always difficulty levels in different drills, and you want to push yourself, but don't make it so hard that you're not improving your fundamentals at all. Yeah, put the cue ball in the middle of the table. That's fine. Absolutely fine. Not to jerk your hand. Yeah. Don't worry about it, Ammo One. If you go too far, people will jump on you and tell you to shut up. There's nothing wrong with being excited about it. All right, that was fair, but as I said, I'm experimenting with that, getting rid of that elbow settle, and I want to feel like I don't want to practice for 5 hours and then look at the video. I just did 1 hour, and I'm going to look at that video before my next practice session and see am I actually doing the things that I thought I was doing. You've got to do those checks, and then practice more. All right. Tomorrow night, 8 p.m. is straight pool high run attempt. I've kept my BPI above 20. We're trying to get it above 25. See you then. You're going to play pool? Play it straight. Signing off, guys. See you later.